Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
They had some synergies in the draft which we did fail to spot out in the beginning.
Starting things off with a repel to back him up. Get good. Has
It's a joy to see esports pick up so well in this country.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third game of the day. This is Invisible Wings going up against Standin 5. This is the ESL India Premiership Masters, which is the grand finale of the 6-month long tournament. And we are in the quarterfinal stages of a double elimination format. Well, this is the third game of the day, and just to give you a quick recap, Beyond Infinity did win the first game of the day, and they have moved on in the winners bracket, while the second game, it went to Orompo. So 2 Indian teams already have moved on in the winners bracket. This is Invisible Wings going up against Standin 5. So another Indian team, who will be moving on into the winners bracket. This is not an elimination matchup yet because there are 2. This is a double elimination, of course, and whoever loses will have to go down to the losers bracket where they face off in a BO3. So they have a little bit of leeway, a little bit of room to work with in the BO3, but this is the best of one, so no real opportunity to try and test drafts here. So let's quickly jump into the draft. We have Standin 5 against Invisible Wings. Invisible Wings, obviously they're playing with a stand-in, which is Pasol from Aggressive 5. Unfortunately, Prophecy has not been able to make it to the main event for some personal reasons. But they have found a worthy replacement, I would say. Pasol is a pretty great player. He did represent India in Kuala Lumpur as well with Aggressive 5. So, yeah, a worthy replacement for the side of Invisible Wings. I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the last time we see Invisible Wings in action. At least this lineup of Invisible Wings. So yeah, it's going to be a good game, I would say. Last time you see Invisible Wings in action. Let's talk about the draft a little bit. Juggernaut and Shadow Demon have been picked up by Standin 5, while Invisible Wings, they've gone for the straight up the Crowley hero, the OD. And they pick up the counter for the OD as well. They don't want to give it away. They have 2 bans left, so not really sure why they went for the Nyx Assassin pickup there. But maybe they have something in their mind, or they have something they want to work with. So the OD and the Nyx Assassin gets picked up by IW. And Standin 5, they go for the Shadow Demon and the Juggernaut.
Radiant team
Well,
ban.
so what I know of the lineup, Standin 5, their 4 position does play a pretty mean Shadow Demon. At least he's been known to play that. Very surprising that they chose to ban the Void and the Batrider. 2 offlane heroes getting banned out by Standin 5 in the phase 1.
Remaining.
So they're kind of scared of what A35 is going to play. So they're kind of looking out for that. The offlane pool seems very limited right now because 4 heroes in the first phase, all of them were offlaners. The Tide Hunter, the Slada, the Batrider, and the Faceless Void. Maybe A35 can take the Nyx Assassin to the offlane, but I don't think IW run Nyx Assassin on the offlane. So it's probably going to be something else which A35 is going to be handling. Timbersaw still in the pool. That is something they do like to run in the offlane.
Reserve time.
Meanwhile, Standin 5, they are choosing to ban out the Omni Knight. They don't want to go up against the OD Omni combo, that cancerous combo. that we've seen time and again being pulled out by the side of Invisible Wings. Crowley obviously is one of his trademark heroes is the OD. He's known to wreck lanes completely with that hero. He's actually known to wreck lanes no matter which hero he has, and just OD being OD, he has that lane advantage no matter who he's up against. So let's see what Standin 5 will pick up. They have a Shadow Demon, they have a Juggernaut, so one support, one offlaner and one mid laner is still yet to be picked up by the side of Standin 5. So maybe the Invoker is still in the pool. Actually, most of the mid laners are in the pool, so Standin 5 not really limited in that regard. It's the offlaners which have suffered quite a bit. Sand King also being banned out by Invisible Wings, so they probably have their hero already in their mind, and they're going to pick it up in this phase because you really can't risk more heroes getting banned out or getting picked up by the other side. So they're probably going to have to pick up an offlaner in this phase. Let's see what's in the pool. There's Invoker in the pool, there's Puck in the pool, but Puck is pretty poor against OD. There's DK also in the pool, Dragon Knight, but again one of the heroes who suffers quite a bit against someone like OD. They go for the tried and tested Warlock pickup, a hero who has come into the patch, come into the meta very late. Fatal Bonds is OP, man, so why not pick that hero up. And IW, they go for the Rubik pickup. Let's see if we can, try to get that drop from the Warlock. It's not so hard when you're Rubik because you play from behind. But if Warlock is on point with the combo, the drop into the Fatal Bonds, then yeah, it's gonna be a tough steal for Rubik. Nothing else is that great, I would say, yet to steal for Rubik. Shadow Demon has decent skills which you can pick up. Juggernaut skills are also not bad. But again, nothing out of the ordinary, I would say. Standin 5, they go for the Axe pickup.
Drow Ranger.
So something I have noticed, or I know about Standin 5, is that they do like to run those aggressive tri lanes, but maybe if they know that they're going up against Invisible Wings, and they are, I would say, a better team on paper, on history wise as well. So maybe not a risky move there coming in from Standin 5. They don't want to go aggressive against someone who's more skilled in that sense. So they go for the Axe. He's probably going to start off in the jungle as well. But Invisible Wings, they go for the Drow Ranger. I'm not really sure who's playing what. I'm pretty sure Crowley will be on the mid lane. A35 also on the off lane. Pasol is the support player for aggressive 5, so not really sure who's on the carry role.
10 seconds remaining.
It might be that Archmage is on the mid lane and Crowley plays the carry, but we just have to wait and watch to see what's going on here. If I'm not mistaken, Pasol will be on a support role because he's generally known to play that support, while the IW players, they're a little more flexible in that sense. They can switch it around a little bit. Standin 5, they ban out the Darkseer, and the Tinker has been banned out by Invisible Wings as well. So one mid laner left for Standin 5 and one off laner left for the side of Invisible Wings, unless it's the Nyx Assassin again on the off lane. So let's see what we have coming out from both the sides. Speaking of the draft right now, both sides look pretty well-rounded, I would say. I mean, they each have their own game plan. The Drow Ranger aura with the OD mid, that's something which is pretty easy to run, which is pretty tried and tested. They go for the Vengeful, so a lot of aura to work with in the tri lane. It is going to be a Nyx Assassin off lane, which means, yeah. Against Juggernaut, Shadow Demon and Warlock, it's not the easiest lane, but he can just stand back, pick up the XP, hit his level 6 and try to move into the other lanes. Try to get heroes like the Warlock, the Shadow Demon. That's not so tough when you're a Nyx Assassin.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, Invisible Wings going for the Drow, the Vengeful and the OD. While Standin 5, they have picked up the Luna in their last pick. So is this going to be a Juggernaut mid against the OD? It's probably going to be the case. I don't know how the Juggernaut's going to fare against someone like the OD. And indeed, it is Archmage on the mid hero. He will be playing the OD while, yeah, it is Crowley who's not using his in-game nick on the Drow Ranger. So yeah, Prophecy has been replaced by Crowley on the safe lane, while Archmage, he's taking up the mid role. I did get to see a bit of Archmage mid in the IESC tournament. Yeah, and he was absolutely devastating on heroes like the Invoker. It was so refreshing to see an Invoker being played the way Archmage plays it. He's absolutely a beast on that hero, but
10 seconds.
unfortunately he will be playing the, I mean, not unfortunately, but we don't get to see the
5
Invoker
seconds
Archmage.
remaining.
Okay, so there is a quick smoke
Prepare
rotation.
for battle.
I will run through the lineup just to see, just sorry guys if the draft overlay was still on the screen, but we have fixed those issues now. Yeah, so we have a bit of a pause time, so we have a little bit of breathing room. We'll go through the lineups quickly. Yeah, it is Pasol on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Archmage who's handling the Outworld Devourer. We have Crowley on Drow Ranger. We have Evil Ash who's playing the support Rubik, and A35 will be on that offlaner. And look at that, one Tango to start with. Not the Ice build, not the double Mango to start with. No Bowman Shield as well. It might be a hard lane for A35, but looking at the fact that he has a Windlace, it means that there's probably going to be a support in his lane to help him secure some stuns and some kills. But let's see how it pans out. Meanwhile, for the side of Standin 5, we have Just My Luck on the Shadow Demon, a very signature hero for him. We have Avariccia on the Luna. We have Zark on this Axe. We have Pashu on the Warlock, and we have FM on this Juggernaut. He's starting with the PMS against the Hoodie. That's a very standard item to start with, but 0 gold for him, so he's gonna have to work hard for the bottle.
30 seconds to battle.
Both teams have gotten these wards down pretty early, and I don't think any of them spotted the other one because no one is coming in to deward it. So there is going to be a lot of vision in the mid lane. I don't know if you can gank the OD with a Warlock and a Shadow Demon, but okay, so thank you Crowley for the shout out, but unfortunately CloudX isn't casting this game. Okay, pretty standard lane setup. Surprising to see that the Axe is going into the lane. It's gonna be an impossible task to approach the lane. Okay, man, a lot of shoutouts coming in from Crowley to Nishamp here, but I pretty much feel that two lanes are going to be won by IW. It's inevitable, right? Like the Juggernaut can't really match up against the OD. The tri lane is again going to be a washout here. While yeah, maybe they can win the off lane. I mean, they're probably gonna win the off lane. Nyx is not the greatest hero in contesting, so I don't think he'll die though because it is A35 and he's a beast of an off laner. So yeah, two lanes probably gonna be washed out by IW. It's unfortunate that is the scenario. And look at this Axe. He's starting off in the jungle. He started off with that Iron Talon, so very standard setup. They're coming in from the side of Standin 5. Meanwhile, Pasol, he is getting aggressive in the mid, trying to zone out FM, trying to secure that mid lane advantage for Archmage. There is no support in sight here for Standin 5. All of them are concentrating on A35, who has been playing from pretty far behind. He has a TP as well. He realizes that the only way to cancel is the disruption and the Luna Beam, but yeah, they would have noticed it, so they will wait on him to start the TP before they try to cancel it. But in that case, they might not have the burst to bring him down instantly. So let's have a quick look at the last hits. Archmage, yeah, he's obviously leading the charge. Juggernaut struggling. Two last hits for Juggernaut, while Archmage sitting at 10. Some insane last hitting coming out from Archmage. Meanwhile, the Axe has denied himself in the jungle. Probably bought out his items and went back to base there. So A35, he's not doing that bad. He's level 3 already. Meanwhile, Axe just a level 2. He's finally made his way to the lane, but that's a surprising decision considering that he went for the Iron Talon first. So I would have expected him to go to the jungle straight up. IW, they don't even want to zone him out anymore because they realize that he's under level. He won't really be able to contest lane. So he's been pushed pretty much to the lane. Crowley can zone him out on his own. So Pasol is free to do what he wants. He can make these rotations, but there's no smoke on him unfortunately. So going for a kill on the Juggernaut might be a little tough. Yeah, he has two points in Blade Fury as well. So And the fact that they're dominating him so hard means that they don't really need to go for a kill anyway. So let's have a look at how A35 is doing. He's level 3, he's not been able to leech any XP out since hitting level 3, but he's doing pretty well. He's about to get his boots as well. Playing those mind games with the Shadow Demon. But that's not going to result in anything. It's just a bit of tittle-tattle coming in from both sides. Axe, meanwhile, again, back to the jungle. It's going to be a slow game from him. Choosing to go back to the lane really does cost him quite a bit. He should have just gone back to the jungle straight up. Meanwhile, Juggernaut still struggling. Sitting at 8 last hits to Archmage's 20. Well, it's going to be a hard game for Juggernaut, at least while the laning phase lasts, because there's no support who is rotating in his side. They're more than happy to sit back and try to zone out A35, but A35 again, he's also doing pretty well. Now he's 3.5. He's zoning out 3 heroes just on his own. They haven't even made a single move on him. And look at this, Pasol. He realizes that the axe is jungling and he needs to check, but the camp has already been emptied out. So the next time the axe is not going to be so... he's not going to have such a free time in that camp at least. So he is in his jungle now. So if he tries to go to the offlane camp, it might not be the easiest bet. Looks like Warlock, he's trying to make a rotation onto mid. Or was he just stacking? No, he was just stacking there. I don't think Warlock and Juggernaut can get a kill on the OD, but they are looping in on that haste rune. There's gonna be a fight. Juggernaut is coming in. He might start his blade free, but they realize they don't have the movement speed. He pops that tree and eats Tango, so double HP regeneration as well. The bot rune unfortunately was taken up by yeah, Pasol took up the bot rune there, so it's probably gonna there's no bottle on OD anyway, so he doesn't really get hurt that much by the loss of the rune. So it's still pretty okay for him. He's just gonna have to last around at the tower. That's it. He's completed up a power tres already, so a lot of stats to work with for Archmage. No first blood yet, and pretty surprising to see, considering that both lineups are running a semi-aggressive tri-lane, I would say. Luna is a aggressive tri-laner, as is the Pro. Meanwhile, there is a loop around on A35. Will they get a kill here? Just my luck. Get the disruptions on A35. Will he be able to walk out? He is walking out. They use the Lucent Beam, but it is pissed off by A35. He's turning around. He gets the stun on the Warlock. The lift comes in as well. He's under the tower. Last tower hit, securing the kill there. A35 unfortunately will fall as well in that exchange. The Shadow Demon Soul Catcher was on him in that scenario, so a lot of amplified damage coming in for the side of the Nyx Assassin. Meanwhile, Crowley, he's on the bot lane. He's been having a gala time. He's sitting at 33 creeps, 12 denies. But finally, Axe has managed to rotate in, seeing that the Rubik was out of lane. Meanwhile, the Rubik was just stacking and pulling, right? So yeah, he's sitting at level 4 already. Boots and a Windlace to work with. So he'll be able to get into position very, very quickly to get some of those clutch lifts off on enemy heroes while the ganks are happening. A Warlock, he has come back down to the mid lane. Where is the OD though? He's all the way back in base. He's keeping back mid. I don't think they can get a kill on him anyway, so he's just gonna continue farming. Windlace picked up, Salve as well, Wand, and a completed power tread. So a lot of stats coming in for the side of OD. What is the build he will go for? Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Crowley was going toe to toe with the Axe and comes out ahead with the help of Evil Ash's Rubik. PD completed for True Ranger. He's probably going to go for the very standard Dragon Lance build. Archmage, he does have a Null Talisman, so will it be the Veil of Discord build? I'm not really sure. It might be the Veil of Discord build. I have seen him pull that build off quite a few times before in past lands, but we just have to wait and watch her. Meanwhile, let's see how Juggernaut is doing. He's struggling, man. No boots in sight for him. He has a PMS. He has a bottle. Finally, the boots gets delivered as well. There is a smoke coming out from the side of Standin 5. There's an Invis rune on the Juggernaut as well. Let's see if they can get anything in. They spot the courier. They might know that this is happening, but Crowley, he might get caught out along with the Evil Ash. They are getting looped in from behind. Axe making the rotation from the side as well. Juggernaut starts off with the Blade Fury. Crowley has TP'd off on the side. This is going to leave Evil Ash on his own. Evil Ash trying to make the plays, but there is a Shadow Ward on him. And Axe is still busy looking for the Drow who has TP'd out long ago. Holy, he's just being efficient with his time. He doesn't even TP back to base. Just goes to the mid lane, pushes down the tower along with Archmage. Lot of aura, 2 range heroes, easy tower coming in for the side of Invisible Wings. Meanwhile, it was the Vengeful Spirit who fell on the top lane. The Shadow Demon and the Luna comboing up, and unfortunately H35 wasn't there, I'm afraid, to secure that kill there. Yes guys, this is the third match of the day. First one was won by Beyond Infinity, while the second one was taken by Orumpo. This is the third match of the day, and after this we will have the winners bracket match. Meanwhile, A35 going in for the Shadow Demon. Very easy setup. A lot of range damage, 3 heroes. He starts the TP, I don't think he'll get it. Stolen, Lucent Beam, returned by Evil Ash. Secures the kill. Double kill for the Rubik. Easy case coming in there. So, it's gonna be another tower. Very standard execution coming in from this Drow lineup. Go from lane to lane, go from tower to tower. Secure all the lanes. In the mid lane, however, Archmage, he has been spotted out. There is a rotation behind him, but I don't think it's going to amount to anything. He's too far ahead in terms of the last hits and stats. Look at this. He's going to pick up a drums. That's the item of choice for Archmage. He goes for this drums build, so a lot of mid game focus, a lot of mid game tower pushing focus coming in from the side of IW. Normally, the OD is not a hero known for pushing towers, but with the Drow aura, anything can happen, man. There is a smoke rotation. Evil Ash and Basalt, the 2 supports, they are making a movement into the jungle, but let's see if this amounts to anything. Just between the 2 of them, they might not have the damage to get it on anyone. They're going in for the Juggernaut. There is a lot of damage. Stolen Lucent Beam again used by Evil Ash. Secures the kill on the Juggernaut. It's gonna be easy kill on the follow-up kill on the Warlock as well. Evil Ash is gonna fall for this, but it's so worth it, right? They're just not being able to read IW at all. They're making these very standard and easy rotations, but Standin 5, they're kind of crumbling under pressure here. A35 hasn't even made any significant rotations yet. I think this is the first time he uses his Vendetta, and already IW are very far ahead in this matchup. There is a pause coming in, not really sure why. Let's have a quick look at the items. Yeah, so Drow Ranger, he already has the Dragon Lance to work with. Archmage has the drums. I mean, it's not delivered yet, but he does have it. 3 mana boots, so a lot of mid-game sustain, a lot of mid-game pushing potential coming in from the side of IW. And I don't know how Standard 5 are going to respond to this, because if you look at the Warlock, he's still not level 6. He's level 4. He needs almost 1.5 level to, for his side to have any significance over team fight. I don't know how this is going to work out. Luna also really struggling with farm there. Just a PD completed. Yeah, he has infused raindrops, but it's not the ideal amount of farm. Oh, there it is. Nix's first rotation does work out, and he's TPing out as well. Started the animation there, Avarisha, on the Lucent Beam, but not managing to cancel out A35's TP there. Drums used in the mid lane. They're going to try and go for this tower. Crowley is not there, unfortunately, but is he trying to make a rotation? No, he isn't. Basalt gets a stun off there. Try to back away. Will they get away in time? Evil Ash, they're splitting all 3 ways. They might have to sacrifice 1 hero if nothing else. But looks like Archmage is there to save the day. He puts the Juggernaut in the astral imprisonment, and looks like IW, they're not done. They want to come back. A35 gets spotted out. Uses the car pace, but not enough damage from the side of Standin 5. The Eclipse is used, but it's not enough. They just get a kill on the Rubik. That's just not cutting it. Not enough damage from Standin 5 here. Crowley is going to join the fight pretty soon. He's already here. He's diving the tower right now. He wants to go for the kill on Luna, but I don't think that's a wise decision. He instead settles for a safer kill on the Shadow Demon. 4 heroes go down for the side of Standin 5. And unfortunately, no drop there again. He's reached level 5 due to the team fight, because they did get a kill on the Rubik, but unfortunately, yep, that's the situation here. Okay, so let's see what we have happening here. There is a swap coming in. It's gonna be probably 1 more kill. There's a missed silence there, but Archmage has enough damage to work with to just pop that Shadow Demon. Sorry, pop that wall up with just 2 hits. Man, this is looking brutal for the side of Invisible Wings. Standin 5 have no clue what's going on. They're walking in, they're getting swapped in. Such easy kills coming in from IW. They're not even doing anything exceptional anymore. They're just playing very, very standard Dota and coming out on top. Standin 5 looking a little bit shaken. They just don't have their game plan set. They need to take a few moments. They need to get this Blink Dagger on the axe. They need to get this level 6 on the Warlock. And then maybe they have some way of fighting these team fights. Because right now, I mean, the team fight they took wasn't really the worst. They got the Eclipse off on 2 heroes. So they executed it pretty well, but they were so far behind that it didn't really amount to anything. And that's the problem, right? They got shut so hard in the lane that there wasn't really any comeback potential, even though the team fight was executed pretty cleanly by them. Crowley already has that Hurricane Pike to work with, so even if the Juggernaut does try to go up close and personal with him, it's not going to work out here. Look how freely they're moving. Just the Nyx Assassin and the OD sitting in the mid lane. The Rubik was solo farming the bot lane for a while. Crowley just sitting on top pushing. They're not even scared of these heroes ganking them anymore. Excuse me. But S5, they're all sticking together. It's only the Axe who's farming solo. Finally does have enough gold to pick up his Blink Dagger, so there is a ray of sunshine finally for them. Odie has the 4-star to work with. It's probably going to be a Hurricane Pike for him as well. They're just picking up item after item after item, and there's no answer from the side of Standin 5. Has Warlock reached level 6 yet? He's struggling. He's almost there, just 60 XP short, so they're gonna have that for the next team fight, fortunately, but I'm afraid that Invisible Wings might be too far ahead at the time. We'll just have to wait and watch when that happens. A35, he's just been in the game. He got that 1 kill. Other than that, he was just in the game, that's it. Like, he doesn't even need to do anything. His team is so far ahead. He doesn't have to make it these exceptional plays. He has a Blink Dagger, so he can go for the initiating plays now, but looks like there might be a team fight here when IW contests this tower. I'm gonna keep my camera focused on the Warlock to see how well they get that drop. He is moving in. Still not level 6, just 6 XP short. He shouldn't be getting popped. If A35 realizes this and jumps him and they instantly get him, then it's a lost team fight no matter what. Even if they're too deep in, they're gonna lose the team fight. Okay, finally he reaches level 6. He has an Infernal to work with. They're looping in from behind. Evil Ash, he might be the target here. Yeah, they get a call on him, but a lot of spells wasted on him. OD dodging the drop with his Astral Imprisonment. Just the right thing enough to bring down the Juggernaut, and there it is. Easy, clean wipe from the side of Invisible Wings. This is just comical right now. There's just not enough damage. They use all the spells to kill this poor measly Rubik, and that's it. There's no damage left for anyone else. Whatever they have, they try to put it on the Rubik. The rest, they try to put it on Archmage, but he asters himself, and Crowley just cleaning up house from behind. Juggernaut spinning is actually him inviting people to kill him, because he can't really do anything else, and all Crowley has to do is just right click him. He gets the silence off on the Shadow Demon when they're trying to make this work out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, he TP's away. They don't have vision there, so you can't even cancel it. Easy lane of racks for Invisible Wings. Clean execution. They have the game plan set. They know what they're doing. That's what happens when you're a professional team. So I don't see Standin 5 making a comeback here. 16-6 is what the scoreline reads. Let's have a quick look at the goal graph. Yeah, it's above 15,000 at 16 minutes in. It's actually above 16,000. Yeah, that's pretty much the story of the game. XP lead sitting at 8,000. Doesn't even matter anymore, honestly. Let's see what is the next tier of items they're picking up. Crowley, he has the Shadow Blade to work with. Archmage, he's sitting with the Hurricane Pike. A35 has that Blink Dagger, so initiation is not going to be a problem. There it is, double Impale coming in from A35, gets the Carapace off. Axel meanwhile jumped into the backline, gets a good initiation, but not enough damage as usual. Just my luck also falls. It's gonna be a 5-man wipe from the side of Invisible Wings. Expecting the GG call to come out pretty soon now. 21-6 is what the scoreline reads like. No buybacks for anyone. It's gonna be a mid lane of Rax. No drop there as well. So 45 seconds, no drop, no sign of team fight. It's gonna be the second lane of Rax. They're doing what they can. They use the glyph. It's just not cutting in anymore. Look at this Juggernaut. Look at his farm the entire game. He couldn't even complete his phase boots. That's how starved he was, man. I'm left at a loss for words looking at the farm on some of these heroes. Shadow Demon, at least he has his mana boots. At least he completed up his boots. But the mid laner, unfortunately, doesn't have the same luck. This is absolute decimation coming for the side of Invisible Wings. They could have chosen to go for Rosh anytime, but they realized they're too far ahead to even lose these team fights anymore. They're just cleaning up. Just trying to force out the GG call so that they have a bit of a rest before the next game. That was absolutely brutal, guys. I don't know what I can say that will prove my point further. They're trying to take these fights. They're not even trying to like bait out any skills. They're just trying to go for these fights, and it's not working out. They need to sit at the high ground and try to take the fights, but they're trying to take the fights outside, and it's just not working out. Look at what 835 is doing. He might get punished for it though. 3 people are on him. His team has left him to die, so he's probably gonna fall. He has a use to work with. Will he get the blink off? No. There is a Omni Slash from the Juggernaut. He buys back as well. He's gonna come in. Okay. Casual zoning Infernal drop by the Warlock. Luna surviving on a bare minimum of HP, but Axe falls, as does the Warlock, as does the Shadow Demon, and the Juggernaut falls as well. So will the Luna. Again, the second 5-man wipe, and it's gonna be a GG. Standin 5, man. They're just not giving up. No buybacks, nothing, but they're just not going. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to wait for all the towers and the throne to be taken. So Standin 5 are going to do it the hard way, looks like. At least they could wait for all 5 heroes to respawn. They at least have the Eclipse to work with, but I don't think they can get a single kill. 26-7 is the score. Invisible Wings, easy 19-minute victory there. Not even 19 minutes, I would say 15 minutes is when the game was over. There it is, easy kill on the Warlock. Axe trying to do what he can, but it really won't work out. The Eclipse not really doing enough damage anymore. Vengeful Spirit drops, Nyx Assassin drops, Rubik drops as well, but enough damage on the 2 cores, Draw Ranger and OD2 to finish off these two. GG finally gets called. Finally, Standin 5 have had force the GG call. Invisible Wings, very easy, very standard victory for them. Easy execution on their draft. They knew what they were doing at every moment of the game. Standin 5, unfortunately, they were a little bit lost for words. They didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't know what their draft was meant to do. So, a little bit of a sad start for the side of Standin 5, unfortunately. But yeah, Invisible Wings do move on, and we will have the next game coming up shortly. If I'm not mistaken, it is the winners bracket matchup between Beyond Infinity and Orumpo. Yep, it is the it's the semi-final, right? Yeah, it is a semi-final. The winners bracket semi-final. It's gonna be a best of one as well, so not a long game coming up. So Beyond Infinity and Orumpo coming up shortly.